Hello Classic Crew, and welcome to today's video where I'm going to be showing you how to get this perfect holiday look. As you guys know, one of the things I absolutely love about being a woman and about being feminine is getting to do my makeup. I find it very relaxing. I find joy in the artistry. I really enjoy the whole process of getting ready and choosing what different things I can do with my makeup that day. Now, I know not every woman feels that way. Some women look at makeup as a chore. It's something that I personally really enjoy. But I wanted to give you guys a tutorial in case you were going somewhere fancy, maybe you don't know how to do your makeup and you didn't know what you wanted to do, or if you're just looking for inspiration and you already love makeup, I wanted to show you guys how to get a holiday look that you would really love. So I wanted to show you all of the steps. This is mostly a tutorial, really just showing you kind of the nitty-gritty on how to get a look that you would really like. And I think that this is so perfect for the holidays. It's got the beautiful glitter, it's got a cool lip. You can do a natural lip, which I do show you in this video. You can see kind of both options, and I think that this will be a great look for anyone who wants to dress up for the holidays this year. I know that not all of us are going to be going to holiday events because of COVID, but if you are going to just be at home, you might just want to celebrate and get dressed up anyway. So if you are looking for a look, this is going to be a really good option for you. So let's get into it. Alrighty ladies, so let's get started. I am going to start with this Prime Light Face Primer from Milani. I want to have my makeup look luminous, but also stay all day. So I'm going to use a luminous primer, but the foundation I'm going to use is one that lasts all day, and it is a little bit drier. It's not a kind of dewy formula. It's more of a matte formula, which I kind of want the best of both worlds. I want normal looking skin. So I'm using a luminous primer and a matte foundation, and using those two things together gives me exactly what I want. As you can see, my natural skin isn't perfect. I have scarring, I have redness. So whenever anyone tells me I have nice skin, I say the power of makeup is that it can make it seem that way. And filters are also nice. Not that I use filters on my camera, but on Instagram and stuff, I use filters just like everybody else. So nobody has perfect skin. Next up, I'm going to go in with this CoverGirl Outlast All Day Stay Fabulous Foundation. I got this not that long ago because I was looking for a cheaper alternative to the Estee Lauder Double Wear, and I love it. I think it looks awesome, and I really like the way it looks on my skin. So I'm going to take a damp sponge. I already wet this. This is from EcoTools, and I'm going to just tap this all over the skin and even out my base. Are you doing anything for the holidays this year? Are you going to be able to see family? Are you visiting anybody? Is anyone coming to visit you? I know that this year, obviously, just like everything else, Christmas and Hanukkah and all of the holidays have a wrench thrown into them because of COVID. So I'm curious to know if you're going to be able to see family this year. So as I tap this out, I'm really just looking to even out my skin tone, just kind of cover up any discoloration and just kind of even everything out. Like I said, I have some redness in my skin, and so I like to have just a nice clean base. And I'm not looking for perfection. It doesn't need to totally matte everything out. It doesn't need to be totally full coverage, but I do want to cover up those areas that are a little bit more blotchy or have scarring or anything like that. Next up, I'm going to take my absolute favorite concealer. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Concealer, and I have it in Fair. Look, I've already hit pan. I love it so much. So I'm going to tap this under the eyes and up into this part of the eye here, because that's where I get a lot of purple discoloration. And this is just going to even everything out and make me look a little bit less tired. For those of my followers who are Jewish, this is coming out just in time for Hanukkah, so that's gonna be fun. I'm excited for Hanukkah this year because I'm going to be doing Vlogica, which I'm super excited about, and I will tell you about it in just one second. So one of the things that I have recently been doing with my concealer is I've been going in with a fairly light concealer. This is the NARS Creamy Concealer in Light 1 Chantilly, and I'm only tapping a tiny amount right where my circles are the darkest, right in this part right here. I'm not bringing it up under the eye. I'm not trying to do a crazy shape. And I remember seeing this in like a Sephora tutorial on YouTube a while back, and I thought it was really smart. And it just kind of brightens up the darkest part of your eye. So there it is. And that's it. Next, I'm going to take the number 7 Lift and Illuminate powder. And as you can see, I've hit pan on this too pretty hard. And I'm going to take this sponge and I'm going to tap it under the eyes. Now, I have very bad little wrinkles underneath my eyes, just lines that will always crease. But before I set it, I definitely wanna make sure I tap those out so I'm not setting the creasing. I wanna make sure that I'm actually getting the cleanest I can before I set it down. So I'm just gonna take a peek here. Yep, I already have creasing just because that is the way my eyes are shaped. And I'm going to go in here and now I can set it down. This is just a Real Techniques little eye sponge. I actually do like it. I think it's useful because it gets into the eye area very well. Next up, I'm gonna take the Age Perfect Creamy Powder Foundation, and I'm going to just go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm just gonna set my whole face with this so that my makeup doesn't move around. I may go in after I'm done with this, and I'm gonna use a powder puff, a little puff that comes with this, and just go over any areas that need extra coverage. So I'm gonna take this little sponge, and I'm just going to tap this in the areas where I just need a little extra love. And before I continue, I'm going to put on a little bit of lip balm in preparation for my lipstick later. I'm next going to just fill in my brows a little bit. I have a few bald spots, as you can see, just a few here. If you're wondering where I'm looking, my mirror is right here, so that's why I keep looking down like that. But I do have just a few little bald spots, so I'm just gonna fill those in with the LA Girl Soft Black Brow Pomade. And then I am going to go in with my CoverGirl Easy Breezy Brow to hold everything in place. I'm just using this little angled brush, and while I do that, I'll tell you a little bit more about Vloggica. So, Vlogmas is a thing, you probably have seen it on YouTube. It's a thing where people will film every single day in December up until Christmas, and they'll post every single day. And I'm not gonna lie, that seems really stressful, and I'm always very impressed by people who can do that. That's 25 straight days of filming and editing. That's amazing to me. But you know, I thought to myself, there's not enough Jews doing the same thing, and we have Hanukkah. So why not do Vloggica? And 8 days seems really doable. I could definitely do 8 days of filming and editing. That is something that I could definitely do. So this year I'm going to be doing Vloggica. I'm going to be filming each day of Hanukkah and posting each day. So the only thing to keep in mind is that because I keep Sabbath, or at least keep a form of Sabbath, I am not going to be able to post on Saturday, or film on Saturday. So I might film on Saturday night after Sabbath ends, and I might post a video on Saturday night after Sabbath ends. So that's kind of the plan, but it should be fun, and I'd love to know in the comments what you guys think about it, because Vloggica is not common. I tried searching it, it didn't even come up. So yeah, not many people have done it. I'm going to use this brow gel now to hold my brows in place. Now I'm going to go in with my bronzer. So this is the Tantric bronzer from Marc Jacobs, and I actually got this at TJ Maxx. It was very on sale, which was the only reason I was able to purchase it. So I got this, and now I'm going to take this kind of angled, soft, fluffy brush, tap off the excess, and I'm just gonna pounce it right where the cheekbone is, kind of on the top, like underneath, and then bringing it up. And that'll just accentuate your contour, and then you can kind of like blend it out and make it softer, and that will give you that perfect, easy look that you are going for. That easy, bronzed, but contoured look. Just kind of dragging it up, and then I'm also gonna go underneath my jawline and around my hairline. So I'm also going to contour my nose, so I'm gonna be using this angled brush. It's kind of a fluffier brush, and I'm going to tap into this, tap off that excess, and then just go down this side of my nose, kind of blend it down the side here. The same thing on the other side, blend it down the side of the nose, and then bring it down. Then I'm going to go here just to shorten the tip of my nose, and blending it. And that's it. Now, if you go too hard with it, don't even worry about it. Just take your damp sponge, tap it out, and it's all good. Now I'm gonna go in with my blush. So I'm using the Essence blush, and it's in the shade 40, which is Beloved. I'm gonna pop this open, maybe. And then I'm gonna take my Real Techniques brush, tap a bit of this on the cheeks. Last but not least for the face, I'm going to be taking the Balm's The Manizer Sisters, and we have a bronzer, a blush topper, and a highlighter. I'm going to take a highlighting brush. I'm going to take the blush topper, just put it on very lightly on my cheeks, and then take the highlight and put that on the cheekbones, and bring a little down the middle of my nose, a little above my upper lip. And that is it for the skin and the brows. So now all I have to do are my eyes and my lips, and I'm gonna zoom you in for that. So now that I have you all zoomed in, we're going to get to work on the eyes. Are you somebody who likes doing bold eyes for the holidays, or are you somebody who likes doing bold lips for the holidays? I'm giving you an option where the eye look is bold, but not too bold. So you can still wear it with bold lipstick, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. So I kind of like being able to have options with my looks as far as what I can do with my lipstick. So, for the eyes, I wanted to do something that was cooler toned, a little bit more icy. I thought that'd be pretty for winter and for Hanukkah as well as for Christmas. I think it'll be perfect for you guys. So I'm actually going to be using this shade. This shade is going to be the star of the show. This is from the Tati Beauty palette. If you don't have a palette like this, you can just use a silver shimmer or a silver sparkle, silver glitter, whatever you have, just grab that. That's easy enough. You can probably find something cheap at the drugstore as well. There are a lot of good options for this kind of thing. I just happen to have this, so I'm gonna be using this. I'm also going to be dipping into the Lorac Gold eyeshadow palette, which I love. This is a gorgeous eyeshadow palette for every day. I totally recommend this, and if you want just simple eye looks, oh my gosh, this is so beautiful. I love it, but I'm going to be using it for the cooler toned matte shades today. So what I'm going to do is I'm first going to start with this palette, the Tati Beauty palette. I'm going to dip into Aura. I'm just gonna use the plain kind of skin tone shade, and I'm just going to go in with a flat shader brush. So I'll be taking this guy here, dipping in and applying this to my eyes, just to create a base. Next, I'm going to take this shade, which is called Soothe, and I'm taking the matte version, and I'm going to go in with a fluffy brush, and I'm gonna put this in the outer V of my eye. Next up, I'm going to go into this Lorac palette. I'm going to go into this shade here, which is like a cooler mid-toned brown. I'm gonna go in with the same exact brush, just in that outer V, and then bringing it through the crease in windshield wiper motions. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to dip into this cooler, darker brown, and Unedited is the name of it. I'm going to use a smaller fluffy brush. I'm going to tap into that, tap off the excess, and then really hit that V. Literally draw a sideways V, and then drag it into the crease, and just make sure that it's blended out. And to make sure it's really blended, you can always go back into that mid-tone brown and just go over top of it with that first fluffy brush. Now I'm going to take an angled brush, and I'm going to go back into that darker brown, and I'm gonna go on the lower lash line and drag it to about the middle of my eye. And then I'm gonna take that smaller fluffy brush, go back into that mid-tone color, and blend out the lower lash line. Now the next thing I'm going to do is go back into this palette, grab the metallic shade of Aura, which is this kind of shimmery light shade, and I'm going to put that in the inner corner of my eye and drag it up a bit, like so. So just in the inner corner, and then dragging it up like this. You can also put a little bit of that underneath the brow bone. Now the last shadow thing we're gonna do is I'm going to go in with this shade here, which is the glitter shade of Aura. I'm going to put that on my finger and just tap that right on my lid. Now to finish off the eyes, I'm going to do a little wing. So I'm going to grab my eyeliner here. This is from Tom Ford, but you can definitely get one from L'Oreal, from the drugstore. I was given this as a gift. So the way that you want to do a cat eye is you actually want to draw a line from the corner of your eye out towards your eyebrow first. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to go up onto the lash line and draw outward. And then connect it. And fill it in. So that is cat eye number 1. And that is cat eye number 2. So now that I've got all of the makeup on my eyes done, I just have to apply my mascara. So I'm going to be using my absolute favorite eyelash curler. This is the Shiseido eyelash curler. It gets all my lashes. I love it. I'm going to be using this. I won't show it on camera because it's kind of gross to look at. And then I will put on my mascara. So I'm gonna be using the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. I love this stuff. Literally, I love this stuff, and it's under $5, I think. It's amazing, so good. And then for my lower lashes, I will use the Telescopic Mascara. The only reason I use this for my lower lashes is because the brush is so tiny that I can really get every single one. So that is what I'm gonna do, and that will be the end of my eye look. Can we talk about the difference when I have mascara on and my lashes curled and when I don't? I feel like it is insane. Like I look like a totally different person from eye to eye. Just amazing, I love it. So now that the eyes are done, we can choose between the 2 lip colors. So I'm gonna show you the more natural lip color first. I'm going to be using this kind of pinky nude shade. So that is look number 1, keeping it a little bit more neutral, a little bit more natural. If this is something that you're more comfortable with, you still have the bold eye, but more of a natural lip. Now we're going to use the Superstay Matte Ink in the color Founder, and this is if you want something a little bit bolder. And this is option number 2. If you want a bolder lip for the holidays, then you could totally pair it with this look and it would not be competing too much on the eyes, too much on the lips. So those are your 2 lip options. And that is the finished look. I hope you guys enjoyed today's tutorial. Let me know in the comments below if you guys decide to do something like this, what your thoughts are on a look like this. I'd love to hear. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. Please subscribe to my channel if you aren't already. Hit that notification bell because it really helps me out when you guys do. It lets you know when any of my new videos are posted. Otherwise, you won't know. If you want to follow me on social media, you can find me absolutely everywhere at Classically Abby. And if you'd like to support my channel, you can head over to classicallyabby.locals.com and you'll get ad-free versions of these videos. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!